What's going on, guys, and welcome to the Fit the Gamer podcast, where we talk about video games, movies, TV shows, and anything pop culture. I'm your host this week, Steven Rodriguez, alongside my co-host, Andrew Taylor.
Hi.
Wave that Laffy Taffy. Ben Pilachinsky. Yatta! Wow. And Jake Frisch.
Bada boom, realest guys in the room. How you doing?
Was that a
I like that.
WWE thing?
That's a WWE thing.
Okay, I don't like that. Anyhow, you guys, what has been up in the last 10 minutes? We just recorded another episode, so I don't think anything has really changed. Or...
I had a cookie, and then I had a cupcake, and then I had another cookie.
Cool.
I went upstairs, harassed my girlfriend, grabbed some Laffy Taffy, and that's about it.
Harassed your girlfriend. She was watching NBA with Travis.
Trav.
Yeah, I don't know who was actually watching it or who decided to turn that on, but
Who's even
Hey.
playing?
And Travis is
the
like
Cavaliers.
Lakers and the LeBron
Cavaliers
James,
and the
Celtics.
Celtics.
Yeah.
the
Game
Cleveland
3.
LeBrons.
Don't worry. I mean, Game 4, they're done.
Yeah, who watches basketball or baseball anymore? Anyhow, Jake, did you do anything in the last 10 minutes?
I just tried to stay awake.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Well, I'm glad that
Oh my
this is
God.
such a struggle for you.
No, I'm kidding. No, I stared at the cookies for a bit and then decided I didn't need it. And then,
Don't need the extra calories, mom.
yeah,
Jake, you're like the skinniest person alive.
I am.
You can eat all the cookies and all the hamburgers, and you'll still look beautiful.
Oh, thanks, man.
You're welcome.
Appreciate that.
Wow, so
And I stared at my baby while she was sleeping, like she was when we were last up there an hour and a half ago.
Always sleeping, dude.
Always sleep. She literally sleeps more than any baby I've ever heard of, and everybody's like, "You're so lucky." She just sleeps all the time. She sleeps 7 hours a night or 7 hours straight, and then wakes up and
Just enjoy it while you
is
can,
like,
man.
"Where's my bottle?" and just freaks.
Where's my bottle?
That's She is
If you hear that voice coming out of your daughter, you might need a priest. Yeah.
The power of Christ compels you.
Travis is not a priest.
That's the closest thing that you have, damn it.
Oh my
No,
gosh,
Travis is the
opposite.
furthest thing from a priest.
He'd
that
grab
we
that
have.
freaking Beyonce prayer candle up there and be like, "The power of Beyonce
Ben,
compels
frankly-
you."
Ben, frankly, and we might offend some
Just
people
call me
here.
Ben Franklin.
No, frankly, you are the closest thing we have to a priest here. You are a straight, well, questionably straight white male.
Andrew almost just choked on that Laffy Taffy. But you're right.
I've heard that before.
How does it feel to be the only white guy in this group? Anyway,
I still
what?
don't know what
Wow.
you're talking about.
Not you.
we have 2 minorities in here.
Yeah, I'm
3.
asking Ben. 3.
Oh, shit.
So the minorities are the majority, bro. The tides have turned.
Minority
Welcome
Report.
to hell.
Time for you to go back to Britain.
White demon. All right, anyway.
Okay.
You're
anyhow.
living Trump's nightmare.
Oh, wow. Well, this took a turn. Anyhow, this week we're going to be talking about our predictions for E3, what we hope to see, what's already confirmed, the things we're excited about, maybe some random surprises that developers will throw in. And yeah, we'll just start off from there. Ready, set, go. The one thing.
E3
But
gets
I-
canceled this year. No, okay.
Wow. Just too many sweaty teenagers that bought tickets this year, so they just
Too
canceled
many
the whole
Jakes.
thing. Call of Duty World War II, Obvi. I'm super excited to see. They're obviously going to preview the multiplayer, which we haven't seen yet, which we saw that like weird menu thing they're doing like they did with GTA and all that other shit.
Destiny, yeah.
That'll be sweet. Destiny 2. I don't want to go too fast. I feel like
No,
there's
I
other
meant
shit
like
that we can-
when you were talking about the hub. Destiny's got something like
yeah.
that. But yes, Destiny 2 will be there as well. But
Destiny
anyway,
2. Destiny 2.
how much
World War
Call
II.
of Duty do you think we are going to see on that note?
How
Obviously,
many
we're going to
minutes
see
is in
multiplayer.
10 minutes?
What'd you say?
Wow, he said, "How many minutes is in 10 minutes?"
That's how
Andrew is so disappointed.
Bree,
I mean,
so
let's be
sorry.
real. That's how long we'll play it for.
Are you kidding me?
Fuck?
My-
We're gonna beg Jake to
My
buy
dude,
it.
I'm going to play that game so much.
Hell yeah, dude.
I'm
We're gonna
like-
play that
I'm like
game
super
a
excited.
shitload.
Yeah, and then when I'm in the checkout line, and be like, "Hey guys, how many dollars is in $60?" Anyway,
The cashier's like, sorry, I can't tell you this.
Ben will be like, "What's your number for 911?" Cash will be like, "I don't know."
Well, what
These jokes are just pissing
Oh my
off
God.
everyone that's listening. To
Shut up, get on.
Let's.
with it.
right.
What do we want to see out of E3 for World War II?
I want to see the multiplayer and I want to see the single player and
And
I
I
want
don't-
to see everything else that
Here's-
the game has.
specifically, here's what I want to see. When I think of the multiplayer trailers for like Battlefield, they were cool, but they were super cinematic. You know,
Yeah.
they're very clearly scripted. I don't want that. I want like if they could do like raw
WWE.
foot. No,
In-game footage.
no, legitimately, like
Actual
You know,
game
sometimes they'll
footage.
with certain games they'll literally be playing the game live.
Okay.
That'd be,
What pisses you
that'd
off?
be cool if they had a bunch of people playing and we could see the experience that we're actually gonna get instead of some glossy trailer.
I think we will. We definitely will. They'll show it in like the Xbox or whoever's at the end of the actual trailer, first content on PlayStation or exclusive content on Xbox, whatever the fuck they say. We'll see it in their press conference. But the thing I want to say this real quick. The thing that pisses you off is when it says in-engine footage, which is what the Star Wars Battlefront 2 trailer said. Not in-game footage, in-engine footage. So you're right. That's very like this is the best it could possibly look. It could be like a cinematic shot that like they like just did over the top, and that's not actually how the game's gonna look. But it's pretty close. Like nowadays, it used to be so bad to the point that like some developer got sued for saying like in-game footage or actual game footage.
Alien Colonial Marines.
Yep.
And people were like, "What the
People filed a
fuck?"
lawsuit against that game.
I was so pumped for that game.
That game
That-
was
that
one
story
of the
overall.
worst games ever made.
Yeah,
No, I know, but like I
That
was
story
so
could've
pumped for that
been
game for what
dope.
they were showing.
Right. Yeah.
it could have been awesome. They
with
literally
Halo
should
5,
make a
frankly.
movie,
What?
an alien movie
We
about the colonial
literally just.
Marines.
I'm sure they will.
That movie sucked.
Oh, what Covenant?
Oh my god.
Okay, here's the deal.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Alien Covenant was okay. It had a lot of alien moments that like we definitely didn't get from Prometheus, or I didn't get at least. Where like there's just a fucking badass thing that like hardly anybody can stop, just terrorizing through these fools. Like you explained, you said I want to see some dumbass motherfuckers getting messed up, and I said, well, isn't or what I said something about like, well, wasn't the dumbness of
because what my argument for Prometheus was that the writing was really
It's so
sloppy,
bad.
where everyone was like making really stupid decisions, but then they actually just did the same thing in Covenant, where it was like, oh, they're actually still making dumb decisions, and
Did they take any classes from the Prometheus school of running away from things?
oh no, my
Or
God.
instead of running
How about
diagonally,
let's
you're just gonna run.
run in a completely different direction than the thing that's falling behind us?
Yeah.
So the one thing that I want to say without like trying so hard not to spoil the movie, because I know you guys are going to see it and probably the people that might be listening to this are going to see it, but what happens in the beginning of the movie, Andrew, and why shit starts hitting the fan, I don't feel like it was well enough like developed, or it was just like something that was completely like so small. Do you get where I'm going with this? Like why the dudes get sick? Like to me,
Oh yeah,
that is not at all like earned. That's not at all like the story has enough like.
they didn't even like deserve that. All they were doing was just stuff.
Well, right, and like it just
Stuff.
it's so randomly happened that it wasn't like holy shit, like this thing just fucking jumped out of nowhere and fucked this guy up, and now shit's gonna start going wrong for everybody. It was literally like this insignificant thing happened, and
Notifications.
Then
slowly.
they get, like, sick.
Yeah, right, exactly. And that to me, that I was like, I just really wanted to see something pop out of a bush and bite somebody's
Dick
bite
off.
somebody in the neck, and that to me it just seemed like too okay, well somebody got sick, blah blah blah.
We don't have to talk
Anyhow.
too much on this, but like I was saying to Liza? I can't remember, possibly, but I was like Ridley Scott's becoming like the new Michael Bay, where
Yes.
it's like he doesn't
Yep.
really care about like consistency for his stories. It's just like, oh, it looks pretty,
Yeah.
so it's fine.
Well,
And like Ridley Scott used to be, he did Blade Runner, he did the original Alien, he did Gladiator, like Black Hawk Down. He's made all these really good movies that we all know about, but like they've obviously just decreased in like the last 10 years.
Significantly.
Martian was good.
The character and the character or characters that the movie ends up actually being centered around, to me, was like a huge miss. I think the trailers kind of put in another direction, like this is what the movie is going to be about. Here's this female character, like the other movies. Every movie has like a female character, but this was literally like it just wasn't enough. It seemed too much of what Prometheus was, and it literally was that.
From what I heard just through interviews, they were like, Ridley Scott was like, Prometheus, this film is a direct, Alien Covenant is a direct response to Prometheus, meaning like we are going to do what Prometheus didn't do.
And that is not at all what he did. And
Right.
he literally, this is literally a sequel to Prometheus. And that is, I'm not saying it has the same characters as Prometheus. I'm not saying like the story is like based off
At least
of
this
that.
time they had more aliens running around. Like,
Well, they
instead of
actually had,
Prometheus.
right. At the very end of Prometheus, you see the alien, and they're like, "Oh, that's cool." But this movie is literally like aliens. There's definitely moments where aliens are fucking shit up, and Andrew was excited for that, and that was
How
actually
bloody is it?
oh, it's pretty
violent.
insane. It's
Okay.
way
I've
got me
heard-
back.
way more insane.
I had
than
heard that
Prometheus.
they
You
had
got me
taken the
back,
violence
is
up
what
a
you're
notch, and Prometheus
Oh my
was
gosh.
Like the very first time, like you see it, I was like,
Oh yeah, dude! The first time it happened, I thought an alien was coming out of you.
Liza
when-
grabbed me and she's like, "Oh my god!" And I'm like, "Oh
That's
my
when
god!"
And
the
everybody's
new
like,
ones, what they call them, neomorphs or protomorphs or
Yeah,
something, and
that's one of the
they
new
bust out the
ones.
back, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
That
dude.
was-
And when you see that,
I won't even
happen,
lie. That's the first guy that dies, by the way.
Yeah.
and it is like, what the fuck am I watching? Because, like I said, nothing in Prometheus was like that.
Well,
No.
the C-section scene still freaked me out, but
That scene is disgusting.
It's
but
just
it's,
it's
like,
horribly
I don't want to have a
uncomfortable.
baby now.
Yeah.
that's
Like that's not
that's
how
not
that
it
works.
goes. Anyhow,
How did we get
so
here?
so
I
so
don't know.
We're moving on. We're moving on.
Please.
But yeah,
for
Call of
the
Duty
love
World War
God.
II. They'll show a ton of it. We'll see a ton of it. We'll see, our favorite people on YouTube actually playing it and posting gameplay from them playing the demos.
Do you remember when Snoop Dogg last year was playing Battlefield 1?
Yeah, when they had like Snoop
Yeah.
Dogg and they had
Justin Bieber.
Zac
Zac
Efron.
Efron, and they had Jamie Foxx, and like who I think it was Jamie Foxx and Zac Efron were talking to like some guy from DICE, interviewing him on the red carpet before they actually played the game, and he's like, hopefully we can just get through this, and we're gonna go catch up with Wiz Khalifa so we can get through this as quickly as possible. I'm like, these fucking guys don't even want to play this game, and you've got millions of kids out here.
Terry
who
Crews
would-
was pretty pumped about it.
Well, Terry Crews
Yeah.
is pumped. He's on steroids, so he's pumped about everything. Literally.
Hey, allegedly.
He's like, I'm about to take a shit.
Hey, allegedly.
Ben, have you seen those Old Spice commercials? There's no way his head can completely rotate like that if he wasn't.
God,
on
I love those
steroids.
commercials. They're so
Those
entertaining.
commercials are so funny. Where he's like hooked up to the electrodes and he's playing all the instruments. Like, that's amazing. Oh shit!
Ben literally
the
just
Mac.
almost ended the episode with my laptop.
And every
falling
future episode to come until.
Anyways, what other?
So
I'm gonna move this over here.
Call of Duty World War II, like Jake said as well, Destiny 2. I did not play the first Destiny game, but
I
I'm
did.
definitely super stoked about this one. I'm honestly going to go back and play the first one now based on what I've seen from this. The one thing that I was reading today, and I don't know if you guys knew this yet, but somebody revealed, or the developer revealed yesterday, that Destiny on PlayStation and Xbox is going to tap out at 30 frames per second. And the only thing it'll be 60 frames a second is on PC. And nobody knows why they decided to do that. They have yet to reveal why they've decided to do that.
I wonder if it has anything, just hear me out here, with the servers, with the different servers, and maybe just the way it's running, it'll just be more consistent if it's running at 30 frames on
Could be the
console.
dedicated RAM per server.
Let me
Definitely.
ask a
but-
question. Is so
I get that. Joke.
Bungie
Thanks for laughing.
is with Activision, correct?
Yes.
Does Activision have a partnership or own Blizzard?
They're making the partnership is happening now.
Okay.
Where for PC, Destiny 2 is gonna be on BattleNet.
That's
with
what
Blizzard.
I was
Yeah,
wondering.
it's like a weird love child. Basically.
so they can get more people to go over to the PC version
yeah.
to have it go off of BattleNet, and I mean obviously BattleNet servers are
Yeah.
Anyhow.
Those servers run pretty well.
Hell yeah. But I just think it's incredibly disappointing that that's what they've decided to go with. I think with the technology of the Scorpio and with the PS4 Pro now,
that's a good
they
point.
definitely can push.
Yeah.
Obviously people have said on Twitter, there is no reason why the Scorpio or the PS4 Pro shouldn't absolutely be able to crush this game and not have to be capped out at 30. But they obviously did it for a reason, whether we're happy about that reason or not.
Could they change that down the road if they really want
Oh
to?
yeah, that's kind of what
that
they did.
patchable?
That's what they did now. If you think about
I
it,
don't
they with the PS4 Pro because so many people were disappointed with it. They clocked it out so they could change the specs of a game to make the graphics better, and I believe they could clock games out at 60 frames.
Well, it's just like Last of Us. When they remastered that, they hopped it from 30
Oh
to
my
60.
God.
It looked a ton better,
my
obviously,
God.
because it's
and then
running
like
a
when
lot
you
more
switch
smooth.
back to 30, you're like,
It's like watching a puppet show.
It's like watching
yes.
Alien.
Some zombies.
that was me the first time. For me personally, I wrote down a list of games here that I'm pretty stoked about. Some of them are, obvious: Call of Duty, World War II, Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Splatoon 2.
Yep, Splatoon 2, totally.
Lots of twos.
I wrote Middle Earth, Shadow of War, but like we've been
Yes!
seeing a lot of gameplay and like interviews and stuff like that recently. But like things that I haven't seen maybe in the last year. Yes, we get it. You're excited for Middle Earth. Anyways, but I'm just kidding. So I'll kind of go down. My list real quick. Don't worry, Jake. I love you. I'll go down my list real quick. So Sony Ben is making Days Gone, and Days Gone was talked about like the last few years, but it was like officially revealed last E3. And basically, what it is another zombie game. But it's more, the zombies are more like the World War Z zombies, where it's like a wave, basically they're just crawling
Dude, it
over
looks
each other.
Freaking insane.
And it looks, you saw that trailer?
From E3
Yeah,
last
go
year.
ahead, watch that trailer real quick while I'm talking about it.
What is
But
it
It was
called again?
nuts.
Days Gone.
Days Gone.
So
Game looked cool.
later on, and I didn't know this at first, I thought maybe it would be like level based, kind of like The Last of Us, where it kind of it has like that open world feel, but it's not actually open world. You know what I mean? It's kind of like contained, but it's kind of like Uncharted. Either way, but I found out that Days Gone is supposedly open world, so you can go from location to location or wherever you need to go, and you go where the story is, obviously, and there's going to be side quests where you help like other survivors
cool.
and things like that. But I'm really, really stoked for that game. I know that Sony Ben's been working on it for a long time. And Sony Ben, actually, they've only really, they made the Golden Abyss game for Vita, the Uncharted Golden Abyss. They made that game. And then, like, the last big console games they were working on was PlayStation 1 and 2 games. It's like they haven't made a PlayStation 4 game at all.
Yeah.
This is their first game. So I'm really stoked for that, just because I actually really dig the World War Z movie, and I kind of like the feeling of what you're going to see there.
So good.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's a couple other ones here. The Insomniac Spider-Man game, I'm really fucking stoked
Yes.
for, just because it's not connected to, it's not a movie tie-in, so it's not like anything that has to be licensed as like a movie license or anything like that. It's a property, obviously it's a license because it's Spider-Man, but
Right.
it's like its own thing. It's separated. It's not connected to anything, and I'm really excited for that, just because Insomniac Games is really good with making. They make the Ratchet and Clank games, so those are really good platformers. It's fun to collect things. It's fun to do like little missions and stuff like that. But just think of, they're putting that in like the Spider-Man universe, where you have like characters like obviously Spider-Man, Venom, Doc Ock, like that kind of thing. You know what I mean? So I'm excited for that personally. That's probably my most anticipated game, I think.
Who made the ones for like PS2?
So that was Activision,
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, that's right.
but I
Yep.
can't say for sure exactly. I think they were the publisher, but I don't know who developed
So
them.
good. Whoever
that was-
did.
Spider-Man 2 was a good game.
Spider-Man 2 is the best.
But then, like, the Amazing Spider-Man 2 games, Amazing Spider-Man games were not good. And then, like, they made those. There's like Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions.
Oh, yeah.
That game was kind of lame.
Yeah.
I can't remember. But then I have a couple more games that I'm really stoked for. God of War. So Sony Santa Monica is making that game. Don't really know anything about it, but they showed a trailer last year, kind of like what Days Gone was doing, where they just showed us a trailer and kind
Do
of.
they have a release date for that?
This
This year? Next?
I don't think it's coming out this year.
Okay.
No.
So we'll probably just
Spider-Man's
get
probably coming out
more
this year.
gameplay.
I don't know.
yeah.
I don't know if it's going to
Really?
come out this year.
Spider-Man?
If they say a date after that trailer or whatever they show, I'm gonna fucking lose my shit. But God of War, I actually kind of want them to push that out a little bit more, just because it's really pretty looking. Like, that's a world that I want to be in. That's a world that I want to play with. And I think the fact that it's still the original God of, it's still Kratos, and kind of like did you ever get like the really weird, like, kind of, this is a really weird way to describe it, but like erotic vibe from like the original God of War games, where it was like, like a metrosexual, ultra,
Yeah,
like,
no,
They
they were
always
like,
had sex scenes in them.
Yeah, they
yeah,
had
yeah,
that,
yeah, and
then
you're like banging 2 chicks at one time, but like,
Medusa was in there. And
yeah, and then there was like the Medusa, and then there were like the fucking, what are they called? Harpies and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
yep.
They're like bare
That's
chested
sexist.
bitches and
There was
stuff like
always.
Oh
always
my
a sex
God.
scene. Yeah,
But
so he's
anyway,
just
so
moving.
with this God of War, it seems a lot more grounded, and I think that's really interesting. Where it's more,
They're going on Norse mythology.
yeah,
seems
yeah,
like
yeah,
that,
yeah. That's fucking rad.
Yeah,
so
it is
yeah.
rad.
I'm excited for a more grounded version of God of War. You know, I've only played the God of War games maybe a couple times, but like, I'm just not really into the whole hack and slash thing. But this seems more kind of like a strategy. It seems more like Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you've seen the game, if you've seen the trailer for God of War. And then my last game would be Quantic Dream's Detroit Become Human. So it's kind of like it's another choice-based game. And I guess I'm not 100% sure exactly what's going on, but they showed a trailer this last year and it looks really, really good. Quantic Dream has made Heavy Rain and then Beyond Two Souls. And those were choice-based games, kind of like Telltale, but, you know, a little bit more into it than, you know, just choosing what you're going to say in the movie.
And 100% more Willem Dafoe.
Yes, there was.
The thing- the
yeah,
thing-
that's basically all that I'm excited
The
for.
thing that about Detroit that got me excited is no matter what choice you make, that's the choice that you're going with. There is no like right or wrong. Like if you decide to kill this person off, they're done.
Yeah.
And that's a pretty cool thing to go after versus, you know, well, you made the wrong decision, restart, go back and try this decision type of deal.
Yeah.
So that I'm pretty excited for that too, and you pretty much named everything that I was gonna say.
And like I was kind of just basing my list off of what you had sent in the notes for today's show. So,
Right.
I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of like little surprises coming up. You know, I'm excited, and I'm. Did Nintendo say they're actually not having a direct this year?
They are.
They're not doing like a show.
No, they're
because
Nintendo
they realized
has-
last year
yes.
that was a fucking atrocious.
Nintendo has not been doing E3 press conferences. They're doing a special Nintendo Direct.
Okay, cool.
I think that with this Direct, it being E3's really its main purpose is to appease shareholders.
Sure.
You
I mean,
know, and
that's
whatnot,
that's
yeah.
basically.
We're gonna get a bunch of new Switch news. They're gonna probably announce new accessories, new
because
new
we need
games
more
coming
of
out.
those, Yeah.
I don't think we get a full trailer for Mario Odyssey yet. I think they're gonna.
I think we will.
I think they're gonna wait a little bit longer to drop the full thing. I'm sure we'll see a little bit more of the game.
Yeah.
But just knowing Nintendo, they'll probably have another Direct.
I really just want them.
specifically for Mario Odyssey.
I really just want them to tease a bunch of games. Like,
Yeah.
I want like not Mario, but Nintendo really needs to do this. They need to make a Metroid game.
Mm-hmm.
They need to make like a classic Mario game,
Yeah.
not like this Mario. I just don't. Mario Odyssey just
It
seems
looks
so
weird, dude.
weird.
It looks weird. I
Like, why
really
would you
don't
do
know how
that?
I feel about it. It's
weird.
They need to make another fucking Donkey Kong game,
there's
another
I feel
Smash
like-
Brothers. That all needs to be shown because like that's
Yes.
what
People
Nintendo
want.
people want.
And
Oh,
it's
yeah,
a-
and a
it's
Fire
a-
Emblem game too.
It's a critical time right now for the Switch as well because
Yeah.
there's a lot of positive reception behind the Switch.
Just think.
And E3,
Yeah.
regardless of how often jaded gamers we get to E3 at times,
Yeah.
this is when like CNN's, you know, they're like all the major news outlets, so people are going to be reporting on what's going on.
Well, they
This is a
usually just
heavily covered
mention
event.
it. They're like E3 is going
Yeah,
on right now.
true.
I'm like, cool, I guess.
But,
And they don't
yeah.
really talk about what's there, but
I think if Nintendo's smart, they're going to play off the momentum that they've already built with, let's be honest, nothing but word of mouth and, you know, reviews online and stuff
Yeah.
about the Switch.
but like if they do what they did with the Wii U, it's
No.
gonna end like it poorly.
Right,
Like they
yeah.
have to make those games
Yeah.
that people want. Like fucking make a Metroid game. Like that's the
Do-
one game
yes.
they should make for like the Switch.
Now, honestly, do I expect them to come out to C3 and do that?
No.
No.
Not at all.
Not at all,
It's
but-
what we want.
Yeah.
It's just not what we're gonna get.
Right.
Because they're gonna be like, here's more ARMS.
Yeah.
Here's more Splatoon. It's like, fuck, God.
I
Jesus.
guarantee you, they're gonna spend at least 10 minutes talking about Splatoon.
I mean, that's a big one for them.
It is a
I
big
mean,
one.
like I haven't played that game, and it looks kind of rad, to be honest. But
I've just, from what
Really?
I've heard from a lot of people, like, yeah, the first game did very well. It's a fun game, blah blah blah. But
it's a kid shooter.
Do they really need to spend as much time as they are talking about it at E3? And I
Yeah.
guarantee you, they talk way too long about it.
Yeah.
I don't know what that necessarily even means, but I guarantee it's gonna
Well,
happen.
fingers crossed for Nintendo.
Yeah.
Anyways, how about the rest of you guys?
New Assassin's Creed,
New Assassin's Creed.
Mm-hmm.
that'll be
Hell yeah.
big. I think we'll get
Haven't played Syndicate.
a teaser. We're not gonna get any gameplay.
We'll get gameplay.
You think?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so too.
This will be interesting because we didn't have an Assassin's Creed game last year,
No.
so
So
it'll
they've
be
had
interesting to see what
time
they've
to
been
make this
they've been
game.
working on.
Yeah.
And I think a big one for our boy Trav is Kingdom Hearts 3.
That's all that comes.
Seeing if they're gonna.
For some
show
reason, I thought you were
anything
gonna
of
say
that.
NBA 2K.
Well,
too.
hopefully they do as well. And we're gonna obviously see Madden. We're gonna see the sports franchises that EA does every fucking year. Which it's funny because this year I'm actually hyped for seeing whatever Madden's gonna do. Just because when you announce that you're gonna change the graphics the graphics engine. That's something that I'm like, oh well, maybe Madden's taking a step forward. Unfortunately, it's probably gonna be a misstep, and they're gonna fall off a cliff like they always
Story
do.
mode.
So shut the fuck, God, no.
Evidently, according to the story mode, it's just a game where you sit in a hotel room across from Lucas Oil Field.
You
and
just stare at
out
the
a rainy
stadium.
window.
You're
That's
just
it.
naked.
Yep.
Time to take those steroids.
Football someday, boy.
I'm sure.
Middle Earth, Shadow of War, yeah, that'll
Yeah.
that'll be.
Can't wait for that.
Steven, I know you're worried about it because you're like, this game doesn't look that good. But I know
It's early.
exactly
I mean,
what
it's
they're
early on.
doing. It's the alpha phase, so it's kind of like the phase before they're like, okay, let's start polishing things. Let's start.
Sure.
'Cause Shadow of Mordor still does look really good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was
Really
thinking about
good.
re-downloading that game.
Yeah.
God damn it! I
That
was
game
like
was so much
2
fun.
trophies away from 100 in that game.
Oh, really?
And then my PlayStation like broke, and I had to send it in.
No.
And then didn't know I was supposed to back up my hard drive.
Oh, no. Andrew.
Noob move.
No, that
Chicken.
game-
Yeah,
great.
I might beat it again before the game.
Rip skins.
How about you?
Let's
didn't
see
say
here.
anything.
We got Crackdown 3.
Rest in peace.
We'll see. I
crack is
don't
down?
know what they're gonna do with this game. I did like the first one. Never played the second one. You told me not to play the second one, so I
even
don't
bother.
plan on it. But the thing that I always heard about Crackdown 3 was the cloud-based storage. I don't know what that means, but I'm sure they'll explain it to me.
Sure.
Once that hits. Borderlands 3. I didn't realize that they were making a third one, but I did really like the first and the second one.
Yeah, I mean, sorry, but
ahead.
like Borderlands is kind of a weird thing for me. It seems like something that'd be right up my alley with like the art design and kind of like what it's based around is just a shooter and with RPG aspects, but I just get really bored of those games really fast.
Dude,
I
could
don't
not get
really
into
know
Borderlands
why.
for some reason. I tried. I played.
Like it's not a
I played a
poorly
lot of
built
it.
game in any
No.
way, shape, or
I
form.
totally get
but
the
it's like-
appeal. For me personally, I had a really hard time getting
Yeah.
into it.
That was
I'm
one
saying
of,
I
one of the
don't
very
really
few
get it.
games that I did 100% on
Yeah.
So you got
Um,
the trophy or
Xbox, so I got all the gamer.
Steven
So
knows
yeah,
this.
Borderlands. The next Assassin's Creed game, Spider-Man. I'm really, really hoping that we get to see some stuff from Red Dead.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
yeah.
Yeah. Fuck.
I really want to see what they're gonna do with that.
That game's coming out this year. I
Yeah,
know it.
yeah, that one has to
it's
be
like
coming out this
October
year.
and November.
Because
maybe.
how long has Grand Theft Auto been out for?
2014 or 13. 13. It's 13.
Yeah. So it's been so long since I feel like I've played a Rockstar game. I've played Grand Theft Auto recently, obviously, but it's nothing that they've.
God, I love Red Dead so much.
Dude, Red Dead was another game that I actually got all of the achievement points for. The multiplayer on it was okay, but I'm curious on.
Dude, like I love Outlaw, like that, like the team deathmatch and stuff like that.
It was something different.
Yeah,
and
but
I
all you
think-
have to do is flick up the joystick and you hit them right in the head and they're dead. So there's like a cheat.
Dude, I just love when
Not
you
fun.
when everything would just go slow mo. You just and then
Yeah.
you get them all. But I think what they've been doing with Grand Theft Auto, if you can put that into Red Dead, like
with GTA Online?
yeah,
Yeah.
like with the online aspect of it, where it's just open world. You go in, you can
Customize your horse.
customize whatever you want.
Yo, whoa.
Exhibit comes in the game.
Hey, yo, man. I don't know what exhibit sounds like.
Yeah, I
Would
never.
you like to
He's
ride your
dead.
horse while
I
you
can never
ride your
get that
horse?
exhibit.
We put a saddle in your
Put a
saddle
flat
so you
screen
can
in
ride
your
while you
house.
ride.
I gotta
These
turn the
sick new
audio down at
speakers
this
here.
part.
But that's one that I'm really excited for. I loved Red Dead.
One
what
that
if- what if they
I
made that?
forgot before I forget again because I forgot twice already is I just want to see another trailer from the next Uncharted game coming out. Obviously, we've already seen a couple of trailers from
The Lost Legacy. Is that
yeah,
what it's called?
yep. I just want to see more from that. The one that I didn't mention as well is God of War is a really, really big one, and then you talked about that. That the next game I played the last one they made so far.
So 3.
I played 3,
Or
and
you played
then
Ascension?
after I played 3, no, that was 3. Then I went back and played the other ones. And this one, the trailer just got me so freaking hyped because it is
And
a
you didn't know
different-
what it was like at the beginning of the trailer
right
until Kratos like stepped out of the show.
right.
Yeah.
But I think, obviously they're a studio that really puts a lot of time and effort into their games. They're not going to fuck this up,
No.
at least as far as I think.
They're cradling Kratos like a baby. We won't hurt you.
Right. So I think it'll be dope.
I
but-
can't wait for the plot to be that Kratos has to go out because a monster killed his child. Spoiler alert.
What if
You know what a big
I think you
deal
play
this
as
year,
the
then?
child in the game.
Yeah.
Not sure. Anyways, keep going. Sorry.
And then this one's probably gonna go down more your alley because I'm not too familiar with it, but I have a good feeling we're gonna see a Tomb Raider.
Yeah, my friend Damien actually played the newest one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
So
could
he didn't know what he was playing until after, because it wasn't really, you didn't really know exactly what was going on. And then they're like, yeah, this is actually the new Tomb Raider game that's like coming out.
How did he play it?
He lives in Redwood City, California, which is south of San Francisco. So like they have a lot of
That's where like a
you
ton
come
of-
in
yeah.
you come in and like just play this, so they know exactly like what do you think of it, about this.
That's
And
dope.
then you're basically like a game like a QA tester,
Yeah.
but like he didn't get paid for it. It was just like this event thing. But yeah,
That's so dope.
I like Tomb Raider. I
they're
don't
fine.
really know exactly like which one I like the more, Tomb Raider or the Rise of the Tomb Raider, but they're both really good games. They obviously pull a lot from Uncharted, and Uncharted pulled a lot from like the OG like Tomb Raider games. So I'm excited to see exactly what they do with it. And I believe it's Eidos or whatever they're called.
Eidos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Square Enix, but then I'm like, no, they make fucking Kingdom Hearts.
This is so close to the date though that I don't know if we'll.
But yeah, Jake, what other games?
That comes out same month.
What games can you think of that? I know we talked about Nintendo, but we really honestly can't say much just
Yeah.
because, yeah.
Do you guys see the image of Spiral, a possible Spiral remaster?
Yeah, 'cause that's what we need.
That'd be so lit, dude.
Dude,
Yeah.
that was the only game
Literally.
that
I don't see them doing
like
that.
that
Literally.
and Crash Bandicoot are the games that my mom actually stole my PS1 to play.
Well, you can get your mom the
Well, the Bandicoot's been
insane
saved.
Crash Bandicoot trilogy.
Yeah.
Coming out June
we're-
like 20th or whatever.
I'm
June 20th.
just super interested in the dynamic of this year's E3 press conference, mostly in regards to Xbox and Sony have switched their press conference times. So it used to be Microsoft went first. They were immediately followed by Sony. They're giving them a day in between press conferences now. So Xbox is going first, then PlayStation, which I think is really plays into Xbox's favor this year, especially because they're probably going to be talking about the Scorpio. be
Yeah.
honest.
Yes,
Oh,
that is
they're
something
gonna-
that I'm.
I feel like they'll probably start their
Yeah.
conference with that.
They were at a disadvantage because it always felt like no matter what Microsoft would come out and say, and oftentimes it was a lot of good stuff, they would just be completely overshadowed by what Sony would come out with an
Yeah.
hour later. And now we're going to get a day to fully digest
Yeah.
what Microsoft is doing, and then Sony can do what they usually do, and we can have a more fair comparison. I think it's a really smart move on And whoever's idea was to just not have the two biggest juggernaut press conferences go back to back. I think that's big.
Definitely.
I really think Microsoft is going to be pushing the Scorpio.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
they're
I'm
supposed
sure
to
of
they're
it,
supposed to have
yeah.
a release date for
Yeah.
this year.
It's like
And-
holiday 2017.
Which makes me think too, then what Sony got up their sleeve, because we know last year they might have changed their E3 press conference at close to last minute based on what they found out what Xbox was doing. So I'm curious to see if Sony decides to just be like, again, hey, fuck you, fuck everyone else. We're just gonna tune that all out, put on the blinders, and talk about our games that are coming out that we've already been talking about, because that does honestly seem to
honestly,
be their
that's
focus.
what's the important.
Right.
That's what's important is just your games.
Yeah.
Like,
Or are they gonna, I could see them feasibly teasing another piece of hardware at the end.
Sony.
Yeah.
Oh,
They're talking about it would be a smart business decision for Sony to release a new console next year. I think somebody's saying, just because of Microsoft pushing
I
the
don't wanna
Scorpio and
spend
how
another
the Scorpio is gonna crush
$500.
And
the
you-
Pro.
Yeah,
crush quotations around it.
I
But-
just don't see Sony not responding to if Microsoft is like, here's Scorpio, here's a release date, here's what it's gonna do. Or
they understand
we'll have
that
more
we're
information
poor?
later. I don't see Sony just laying down, not countering that somehow, whether
Sure.
it's through a bombshell announcement that we are not expecting at all, with like game or something, or
We're
Yeah.
New
gamers. We're
console.
not forensic
New hardware.
scientists
Yeah.
here. God.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we see
Honestly-
a Viva Pinata sequel.
yeah.
Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah,
No,
dude. That's
I just-
really what we want.
Yeah, right. Viva Pinata. No, that's just honestly the thing that I look forward to most E3 is
Sorry.
just seeing how those two push each other.
Yeah.
And that's obviously the most hype too. Is
Yeah.
those press conferences? You're like, oh shit,
Yeah, like Sony last year coming out with like a choir and like a whole
it was
orchestra,
dope.
and then Microsoft comes out with like dubstep and
Fucking Usher dancing in the background.
what
Oh, shit.
press conference was it that they did the dance at the beginning? That was Ubisoft.
That was Ubisoft, and I think it
That-
was Jason Derulo.
That was the weirdest
Oh,
press
no.
con. That was this dumbest press
I've
conference of
never
last
seen
year.
that, thankfully.
It was
Ubisoft has a couple things coming out that they're supposed to be talking about at E3, but the other thing that I wanted to talk about too was 343 is supposed to make an announcement this year too, but it's not Halo related. So
What if the announcements they canceled Halo?
Oh no!
E3's
No!
over, guys.
Because
So the reason
since,
Halo 6
since
we
they've been
shut
a
it down.
studio, Halo's the only game that they've done. Am I correct? Like basically, they became a studio, and then they're like, "Well, here's Halo. Do good with it." And then they're like, "We're idiots, and we didn't do good with it."
Halo
Some
Wars
piece-
3.
God.
Halo Wars 2 for iOS and Google Play services. Boo,
Google
you
Play
whore.
services.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know what else they could be doing, and I don't think any of us. So let's talk about the stuff.
I don't know what you just
I don't
said.
know, like for 343.
Like,
Because is it supposed? Do you think they're gonna have a new IP that's coming out, or are they gonna be like?
what's the opposite of Destiny?
I don't know.
Fate? No.
Yeah, they just come out with a game called Fate.
Stop. I'm just kidding.
Fuck you, Bungie! To do anything?
Anyway,
Uh,
we got Peter Dinklage.
But what we do, what we have heard is some of the stuff that Ubisoft is coming out with. So they had Far Cry 5.
Oh, yeah.
Far
I
Cry
assume-
5 is.
Are they going to be doing something cool with it, or is it just Far
Is
Cry
it in?
5?
I honestly, I thought I heard. Let me look it up. But I thought I heard that.
I don't know why I'm
they
asking
said
you
it's-
because they
it's-
haven't even showed anything yet.
No, they
Sorry.
announced. I thought they said it was going to be in like Montana or something like.
Wow.
Something weird.
Amazing gameplay.
Deer Hunts 47.
And then they also announced like
Far Cry
the
5.
Assassin's Creed, and it did look like it was going to be in Egypt.
Assassin's Creed Origins, I think, isn't that the rumored name of the game?
Here's the thing.
It's a
I don't
Assassin's
give
Creed.
a
no.
Prince of
Give a
Persia.
And I'm not.
Flying fuck
I
about
didn't
Assassin's
like. I
Creed
didn't roll
anymore.
my eyes at you.
No,
I
yeah.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
I rolled my eyes at the thought of Assassin's Creed.
Me too. Me
Here's
too.
the thing.
I don't know why I care, but I do, and I don't play those games.
Yeah,
It's
Did anybody play Primal?
I have it.
Is it good?
I haven't played it, but
You thought about it?
I
Just-
played it at PSX 2015, and it was pretty cool. I got it for $10, like during the December flash sale or
What
whatever.
else could have you spent that $10 on?
A lot of shit.
Taco
A
Bell.
lot
I bought
of
like Doom. I bought a Syndicate. I bought bunch of other games for like less than $100, which is pretty
Mm-hmm.
rad. Anyways, but
I was just wondering.
here's the
same
thing. With
Lay it on
Assassin's Creed,
Oh, West.
the premise of Assassin's Creed as assassinating people in whatever time period or whatever, that's rad. I'm all about that. But when the premise of the story is you being in a machine and then you like have some sort of neural connection with one of your ancestors, that's some dumbass bullshit.
It is.
All right, just make this game and then just have it where it's like an assassin's
yeah.
like society.
Let me
back
kill
in
Ben
Yeah,
Franklin.
I don't need
in
to
peace.
be like flashing forward and backward and all this bullshit. Like seriously, just,
Because even in 4, like I didn't even understand why it ever came out of the Animus. That was Black Flag, right? 4
Yeah.
Was? Like you'd come out.
thankfully
of the
that I didn't mind that. I was like, okay, well, I just get me back in so I can play some pirate
Well,
shit.
I left. I'm gonna go back in now.
So basically, Far Cry 5, they're saying it's
Sorry.
going to take place in Montana and maybe be a spaghetti western, which Ben apparently thinks is throwing
No,
spaghetti.
that's not what that means.
That is unfortunately not what spaghetti western is.
That'd
What
be
does it
cool
mean?
If there was like a Far Cry set in like Mexico where you like hunt cartels and stuff like that.
Oh, you mean Wildlands? Ghost Recon?
Oh wait, they already made that.
Ghost Recon Wildlands.
Ubisoft, they called me up. They're like, "You had a great idea. We actually already made it, but we're gonna go ahead and steal it for Far Cry 5."
Came out last year.
But yeah, they're saying that it's supposed to be a western to rival Red Dead Redemption 2. But I
Oh,
don't
like a
I'm curious
classic,
now.
like Far.
Why are you doing this? Why?
No, they're not gonna do that.
I think
Far Cry 5 is a spaghetti western.
spaghetti.
Okay, it's
so
also known as Italian Western or macaroni Western, primarily in Japan, is a broad subgenre of Western films that emerged in the mid-1960s in the wake of Sergio Leone's filmmaking style and international box office success.
Meatball.
All right, let's get back on
anyhow,
track.
so Ben was talking about Assassin's Creed.
Sure.
You guys were saying how it could be in Egypt. I'm just saying that's basically Prince of Persia, but it could be dope.
Starring Jake Gyllenhaal,
I actually thought that
a
movie-
white guy playing.
That movie was.
I'm not.
It
Even
was
gonna
what it was.
discuss it.
yeah, that's that.
There was a time in my life where I thought every movie was good.
But to that point, if
Transformers?
they just left it as it was,
Still do.
like don't have an animus evolved, just
that's what I'm saying.
yeah,
Like,
I know that's what I'm. Just be then.
Just have it where it's like, it's the secret society of assassins. There's no animus bullshit.
The new
like,
ones are still like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Syndicate. I'm not
It's-
sure about Syndicate.
The plot's so confusing.
I was
don't
told like
get
in
it.
Syndicate you're like barely any of that. So I'm like, cool. And Syndicate set in London. I thought that was rad too.
Oh, London.
Oi. But
Oi! I
I'm
watched.
trying to think of another game that I'm really fucking pumped for.
I mean,
or like rumors, or what am I really hoping for?
Oh,
just
we'll
more
probably
like
see it.
just more indie games. Just
Yeah.
more smaller
yeah,
indie
the stuff we
games.
don't
Isn't
really know
there-
about.
I want to see more VR. No, I'm kidding.
I honestly
Oh.
heard. I thought they were having their own section for indie games this year.
Possibly.
That'd be lit.
If I'm not I don't know how to phrase this, but I
Indie
think
3.
Digital Devolver, and they make a lot of indie games, like smaller games. I think they have their own press conference this year. And Digital Devolver, they've made games like like what's the one that I'm thinking about? Can you look up like their
Yeah, I got
they're just, they've made just a lot of games that you've probably played. Like a lot of smaller games. And
Well,
I feel like a piece of shit for
Wiz Khalifa's Weed Farm,
just like
Solitaire, Crossy Road, Minesweeper, Angry Birds.
no,
no.
no, not Angry Birds.
Wait, what was
Or
that?
Devolver.
Devolver Digital. Sorry.
Oh, here we go.
There you
Poggle.
go.
Peggle.
Like more recent games.
Miami.
Sorry,
Wait, they made Hotline Miami?
they did.
Oh,
I think so.
2013.
Hotline Miami. I
They
played.
made Serious Sam.
Yeah, like back in the day.
Oh, wow. That game had a really cool anti-piracy
What?
measure. Serious
That was
Sam.
basically the answer to Duke Nukem.
Yeah.
But
Oh, I've seen gameplay
yeah,
of that.
but I don't know. Scroll down a little bit further to see like their most recent games, but they're a really fun studio, I think, and I like a lot of the games that they come up
Here
with.
we go.
Let me see.
Oh,
I wish it was
Absolver.
Ape Out was the one Tim Geddes was recently talking about.
Yeah, Ape Out. I'm actually really pumped for that game. It's like an over the head.
Oh, Shadow Warrior.
Wait, is that the one that's like taking after GTA 1, like the original GTA?
Yeah, but then also if you played Hotline Miami, it's like Hotline Miami
Oh,
too,
fuck yeah, that'll be dope.
where you're an ape and you kill people.
While you're kind of scrolling through this, the one that I'm excited for, speaking about indie, is the creators of Inside, seeing if they reveal their game that they've been working on. So that's Playful Dead, and just seeing if they got something else coming out.
I've heard of Not a
would be-
Hero.
Yeah, I have that
What
game.
if instead of the Playful Dead, the Grateful Dead got back together?
That's not happening?
Never.
That's I've never heard
At
a Grateful
E3.
Dead song.
They just
Anyways,
No.
I do hope
So
a
any
lot
other-
from Scorpio though. That's what I'm kind of saving up my money for. As much as the Switch sounds.
do you even play your Xbox One?
Yeah, I do. I watch so much TV on it.
Like that's what I watch Dragon Ball on. Actually, that is right.
That is true. I have Crunchyroll.
it's a wrestling
not
box. Okay,
okay.
it's a crunchy roll.
I thought you were gonna shit on me for making fun of Dragon
No.
Ball, but I'm like, I fucking watch anime,
My
bro.
my Xbox One is basically a cable box size
Your anime
paperweight.
box?
Yep.
Yeah.
Get that?
One that none of us talked about was Star Wars Battlefront 2. Obviously, we'll
Oh,
see
God,
more
yes.
from that.
But yeah,
That'll be
That goes without saying. I'm excited. That's
that's
what I'm most excited for. Yeah.
right. Yeah, that and NBA Live 18 apparently is
I'm-
coming out
Oh,
again.
I'm
great.
really excited about that.
Well, I'll buy Travis that one.
No,
four
should we?
copies.
Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna buy him NBA Live, and then we're gonna buy him 2K, and then we're gonna make him write a review on both of them and which ones that people should really get.
I don't really want to spend the money though. Can we start a GoFundMe and just tell
Yeah.
people it's for surgery for
Let's
them?
just do
Even though it's a gag, I actually don't want to spend any money on it.
1 month of GameFly, and we'll do it that way, or we just go to Red Boxes and get Travis,
Yeah.
both of them,
yeah.
or
I
we just buy him
guess-
an actual basketball, and he plays
Yeah.
actual basketball.
Something I didn't really think about when we kind of thought about this topic or decided to do this, but basically kind of what's next for PSVR.
Yeah.
You know, kind of see
Yeah.
exactly what's
Question.
going
It feels pretty stagnant right now.
It is stagnant, but it's like it has the potential to be something great. I've used it myself. Like I played around with it at PSX 2015. It was fun. It's a good experience, and I know Travis had one for a little bit, and I'm sure you guys tried it out. But I'm kind of excited because
He loved it.
yeah, I'm not really looking forward to the games. I'm looking forward to more like the applications that it could be used for.
Sure.
And I know that we've kind of discussed this before in past episodes, but I just want to see exactly kind of what they could, add on to it, or what you could really use it, like concerts, any kind of like big experience that you as a person who can't personally be there can kind of experience through PSVR. And I think that'd be really interesting. So
Well, I mean, Samsung, for crying out loud, had
I know, but like
you could do.
I hate Samsung.
They had a VR camera set up courtside during the NCAA tournament, and
I think I heard
you could
about
look
that.
in live on the games like as they were going on.
Yeah. I mean,
We'll
that would be cool
Mhm.
for PSVR. I mean, obviously, I want it to thrive, and because I know that Sony's had some mishaps with like the Move and whatnot. But
I'm picturing Andrew sitting in his living room watching basketball on a PlayStation VR,
honestly,
That would never
and then
happen.
just randomly
guys,
standing
like
up.
when I found out that you could do like theater mode, I almost bought a PSVR just
Dude,
to like
that's
do,
like
so I
the
could
best
lay,
part of it.
so I could lay in the bed and then just play the game.
Hell yeah. I think it has a lot of potential.
It does,
We'll
but-
probably possibly see
Yeah.
something. Maybe never.
I guess
They
the
have to
rig
acknowledge
is
it.
kind of a
They do.
mess.
in
but-
one way. They still talk about the Vita, it seems, every year for some reason. So if they're going
Maybe.
to talk
I
about
d-
the Vita every year, they're going to talk about VR.
I'm
Viva
hoping
la
for the
Vida.
best for him, because I don't want it to end up like a Vita where it's just forgotten technology. And they have 2 or 3 different VR headsets, and to just see that stuff go to waste I think that there's just so much potential with those. Like, even if it is for theater mode or having an experience at a basketball game, just give us something. I mean, I know that there's a lot of potential for video games. Even that Rick and Morty one, I'm sure, was decently fun.
Yeah, so rad.
I think
Yeah, go on.
what's scary for Sony, because I know we're all Sony fans, is Microsoft with the power of the Scorpio. They're really creeping up on being able to have. I would assume what they're going to push for eventually is their augmented reality headsets, and just like the capability of that. I think, in a way, I think it kind of trumps what PlayStation has as of right now. And I think that PlayStation can really push, but they're struggling with, the power and the graphics quality that these VR headsets have. Obviously, they're struggling too with not a ton of actual games that you can play. What's that new one that I keep seeing in the damn sidebar? What's the one that just came out? That like space shooter game. That
I do not know.
but that game looked dope. It actually comes with like a gun that you hold. And,
Oh yeah,
Well-
yeah. The new VR
Link's crossbow training.
No.
No.
Correct. No.
Cabela's
that it
paintball
just came out,
experience.
right?
I think it is on my screen.
Cabela's soft, or what is it called? Airsoft experience.
No.
Oh, it's like not Fallout, but
Farpoint.
Farpoint. There you go. But yeah, that game looks legit. I mean,
Here's the thing about PlayStation VR is like they keep making these little experiences that you spend $20 on and it lasts for like an hour, and it's like you kind of have to make a game. You know what I mean? For
Yeah.
people to
yeah.
experience instead of just these basically demos.
How is it that?
It's all about the game and how you play it.
I mean, how is it that Resident Evil is the only one that I can think of that's a full game?
I don't know.
Because
probably
it's
took
that,
advantage of
developing
it,
for
though.
VR has got to be a freaking headache.
It probably is a
Yeah, that's a
fucking
good
headache.
point.
God. And then you have to test it.
Yeah.
Jesus
it's
Christ.
people throwing up everywhere
I would
because
be throwing up.
But I mean, I think Resident Evil has like the best concept, like a horror game that's like in
Oh,
VR.
yeah, no.
That's the fucking scariest like thing I've ever heard of. I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
I don't want to mess with that. Like imagine PT. Imagine if that was VR.
It's terrifying, dude.
Like Juan. I was gonna tell you this. Our coworker, he literally has his old console and he refuses to part with it, even though the disk drive doesn't work
Because
because he has PT on it. And then he just found out that when he bought his Pro, it just re-downloaded it anyways. But
And then you can't play it, I don't think. I don't think you can play it. I don't think you
Maybe.
can. I don't know. Who knows?
I've been had the
We
conversation
can
with
kind
him.
of
But
move forward. But is there any other like big games or things, conferences? I guess I'm excited to see like what are those developers that have their own conferences, like what they're kind of coming up with. I'm assuming Bethesda is going to have their own conference again.
Oh
this
yeah,
year.
I saw.
They're probably just going to talk about Elder Scrolls Online for half an hour.
Ubisoft, I think, is going to have their own conference.
I gotta go back because
Um,
there was like some weird thing that I just saw about like Bethesda World.
Oh wow, rad!
I don't know what the hell that was. Bethesda announces Bethesda Land, the celebration around Bethesda's E3 2017 conference.
that was like 7
Ben's
words.
like, I don't normally read, so this is weird.
I've
everyone.
never said Bethesda so many times in a sentence. That was one.
You
Bethesda
also
announces
don't talk-
Bethesda Land, the celebration around Bethesda's E3 2017.
Let out a
say you
big
don't-
sigh again at the end. I'm done reading. Fuck this. Fuck these words. Son? Well, I mean, that'll be cool, I guess.
I
Cool.
can't wait for Fallout
cool.
5 New Vegas, newer
I'm
Vegas
I'm
announcement.
kind of done with Bethesda. Besides Dishonored, to be honest. But
Dishonored.
And they're not even the developer. They're just the publisher.
speaking of the mic,
Oh, sorry.
so sad.
He's head down sleeping right there.
Dishonored's not even. This is published by Bethesda. It's not.
sorry.
developed. Yeah.
But
It's Arcane, but
you're like, you fucking
idiot.
weeb.
God.
no, Bethesda. I was to your point, Andrew. Yeah, I agree.
You've
Fallout 4
awakened
was a
the weeb.
letdown,
It was a huge letdown. I
and
played, like,
that
20
makes me
hours of
super
that
worried for the
letdown.
next Elder Scrolls that it's just going to be a marginally upgraded Skyrim.
Yeah. I can't remember who exactly I was talking to about this, but I mean, they had a really good point of Elder Scrolls is it's a pretty buggy game. You know what I mean? It's just
Oh, it is.
it's like it's a cool world to kind of play around in, but it's pretty buggy.
Are we
Like,
talking Skyrim or
Skyrim, Fallout, they're both really buggy. And like it's just
I
all
guess-
about the world. It's not really about like the
Yeah,
engine and everything with Bethesda, and I think that's kind of
I will say the
letdown.
re-release on PlayStation that I got for Skyrim seemed to run pretty well.
the remaster thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I originally played that game on 360.
Yeah,
Um,
you've heard the story.
but
of
it is
me and
buggy.
the Dwarven
Yeah, it's still-
dungeon thing.
Yeah, it still is buggy as
Great
hell.
story.
You got lost in the dungeon?
You can't have a
Yeah,
game
and
that size and have it not.
Well, I learned my lesson
It
by
still
only
sucks.
having one save slot.
Yeah, no, you can't do
I was like, what the
yeah.
fuck?
Yeah.
I also know that it's a long shot, but I really hope that we just get a little bit more of The Last of Us 2.
I thought you were gonna say Viva Pinata 3.
Viva Pinata. I've never played that one. But even if we just saw like another...
I'm sure they'll do like another trailer or maybe like a minute-long gameplay thing where she's like running through.
It'll be in the Sony conference. No
I
doubt.
should really.
I hope it's
I
just
should really make Liza play
a
the
minute
first
of Troy Baker just
immediately,
breathing
yeah.
heavily into a microphone.
Troy Baker just being Jeff Goldblum for a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I can't... I'm not even going to go there. No.
one. They need to make a Jurassic Park game.
Anyhow,
No, they have. I'm pretty sure that
Yeah,
they have.
like
It was
fucking
called... It was
create
called,
your own park bullshit. Like
no, it was called...
this isn't
And the
fucking roller.
Velociraptors go
This
here.
isn't like roller
right
coaster
next to
tycoon.
the pterodactyls.
No, you idiots. It was called Turok. Okay, anyways.
That was not a good game either.
That was not a good game.
all right,
well,
guys.
what other games? Are we done?
I think
I mean, I'm done. Do you have
Let's
more?
wrap. No, I honestly can't think of it.
What about Battle Sloths 2025? The Great
Honestly,
Pizza Wars.
okay.
How about this?
Yep.
Before
It's
we
on
end the
Mac,
show,
for fuck's
let's
sake.
name our two biggest like excitements for E3, and I can name mine right now. So, Insomniac Games is Spider-Man, and
Cool.
then Sony Ben's Days Gone. Those are my two biggest excitements.
Sweet.
So Ben, how about you?
I'm excited for God of War for sure. I've missed those games, and I still need to go back and play the third one. I would say Destiny 2, but from the gameplay that I've even seen recently, it looks like the last one. I'm still excited, but it's I just saw it. Battlefront, I think, would have to be my second one.
Sure.
Just because we have gotten a taste of it, but I would love to see the gameplay, and I just want to hear...
I want a more complex Star Wars game.
Yeah.
Versus like pick this power up and then your blasters are all the same.
I want to
true.
see if they actually do a story.
Yeah.
They're going to.
They will.
Mitch Dyer is right.
They've already confirmed that.
You haven't seen it? You haven't seen that?
Yeah, they said that there was
It's
a
canon.
story.
It's
they
canon.
said there was a story in Battlefront.
The fact that this story is canon means that this story is going to be.
Then I want to see what it's going to be.
They're going to
like.
throw everything they have into
Do we
it.
go to midnight release?
For Battlefront?
Yeah.
Hell yes.
Of course.
Then we all
course.
like call into work and be like,
Hell yeah. I'm
can't
super
do
sick.
my
I can't come in
job.
today.
Now, do we do what we did with Battlefield, where we all got the game and then proceeded to just sit in a room in silence so we all played
While
the
we had
campaign?
3 different
yeah.
TVs.
While it downloads.
That was lit.
Yeah, while it
and we
downloads.
did the laser tag with actual guns and shit, and that was sweet.
so
And like an abandoned town looking thing.
Yeah.
That was dope.
cute.
I
You got
got
it for
shot
free.
5 times through the chest.
Steven's like, you should come. And I was
Anyway.
like, nah.
No, I would never invite you to that. Anyhow, mine is Call of Duty World War II and Battlefront 2. That's it, Jake.
Call of Duty World War II and Battlefront 2 as well. Honorable mention for whatever the hell Nintendo's going to do. I'm just excited to strap myself in, grab
Sure.
a bucket of popcorn, and be like, all right, what you got this time, fuckers?
Seriously, just think about this. Let's
yeah.
talk about this.
show.
Let's talk about this real quick.
Yeah.
Pokemon game,
Yeah.
Fire Emblem game,
Yeah.
an
would die.
actual like traditional Mario game,
Yeah.
a fucking Donkey Kong game, and Metroid.
Smash Bros. Switch.
Smash Bros.
Yeah.
all announced in this direct. I'd be like, Liza, I don't care how much more
GameCube,
we're gonna be in debt.
yeah.
We're buying a Switch right now.
Hey,
How about
Andrew.
GameCube
Zero new
remasters?
What's up?
That's true.
Yeah.
That'd be lit.
Uh,
Virtual
but-
console stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
For-
want to
for-
play fucking
specifically
Link
for,
to
like,
the
GameCube.
Past and that son of a
Right.
bitch.
That'd be sweet.
What were you saying?
Last thing too, I think if and again this is going on a limb here, but I think we might hear this is something at least I'd like to hear. I could see EA when they're talking about Battlefield 1 begin to talk about the competitive stuff that they've been working on for
yeah.
Battlefield, whether that's a
Battlefield
whole new
1
for
Has
either
competitive?
Esports.
they're either looking at the rumor on the street is they're either creating a entirely different title, a Battlefield title that's meant for competitive gaming, or they're gonna somehow try to take existing Battlefield 1 and make changes for like competitive servers and all
Sure.
that.
I kind of want to play
So-
Battlefield when I go home.
I'm hoping that we
what?
get more news.
What'd you
on
say?
that.
So I kind of want to play Battlefield when I go home.
Battlefield 1?
Yes.
The game you hate?
I don't hate it. It just
Sorry for asking you to
we
play.
played it like 60 hours. I'm sorry.
How many hours did you put into Battlefield 4?
Like 128.
There you go. That just basically shows that it's not holding up the same for
Out
you
there,
as it is
out
for
there
me.
somewhere, Alex O'Neill is screaming out Why?
I had 175 in my old PSN for Battlefield 4.
games. What?
Dude, I had 170 hours in
I had
Battlefield 4.
215 hours for Bad Company 2.
Dude, that game.
Yeah, bro.
If they ever came out with a new Bad Company,
Oh
my God.
people
I had
would
over-
lose their tits.
I had over 400 hours in a Pokemon game once.
That's the
anyway.
competitive.
Jake's
Bad
like, all right,
Company
I'll see you
3.
guys.
That'd be amazing. Anyhow, I think this pretty much wraps up this episode, guys. You guys want to give any shout outs to any lovely people out there or pizza or anything like that? Andrew?
Well, I basically did my shout outs for last episode. But
We all did.
Think of another one. Think
okay,
of
well,
on the spot.
shout
on the
out
spot.
to AV Youth for this rad sweater that I always wear. And I am actually, caress my tit. No. Anyways,
Still
so,
touching.
yeah, you should go check out their clothing. It's really cool. It's very awesome.
Yeah.
That's lit.
It is all pretty
AVYouth.com. Go check it out.
Yeah, it's all pretty rad. Shout out to Static Shock. That was one of my favorite.
Did you see the Black Lightning trailer?
Yeah,
I'm actually
yeah.
kind of excited.
I'm pretty excited for that.
Yeah.
It's like if Static Shock grew up. I don't know if that.
I just like Static Shock. That's all.
It's good. But yeah, that was one of my favorite shows when I used to watch Jackie Chan Adventure and then
Yes.
and then,
Jackie!
and then Static
Oh,
Shock will
yeah.
come on. Dude, that block of
That was a solid block of cartoons
Yeah, hell yes, dude. So shout out to that
WB.
block. Mm-hmm.
doing the Lord's work.
Shout out to our boy Cody Ronson, who always does amazing work on our logos, banners, anything we ask him to do. Andrew got a dope poster. I will
did.
definitely be linking his website right here.
Honestly, just put it like
Run
right
it
across
there.
here.
Okay, all the way across there. Cody, thank you for everything we do. We appreciate you. I always spam you on Instagram thanking you for the great work as always. So keep it up.
Indeed.
Oh God.
It's called Backlash.
Yeah. No.
What?
It reminds me of that article, /flapjack. No. I shout out to God. I don't know.
Don't say it. Just don't.
I'm not gonna do
You
it
don't
this
have
time.
to do a shout out.
Yeah, I guess I don't. I have nothing to shout out.
Shout anything.
No.
Cool.
Yeah.
Shout out to you, Jake.
Thanks.
There
shout
you
out
go.
to you.
The real
Thanks.
champ.
Great
Real
Shout
champ.
out to New Japan Pro Wrestling Tournament of the Super Juniors 2017.
Anyhow, we're going to be closing out this episode with check us out at fitthegamer.com, FitTheGamer on YouTube. I'm not putting anything where he's pointing. FitTheGamer on Instagram, FitTheGamer on Twitter. Where can you find us on Twitter, Andrew?
You can find me on Twitter at Papa Drew Bear
Get Ben Peed.
with a D at the end.
GETBNPD.
FTG _ FitTheGamer.
What? FTG _ Steven. Fucking. Never mind.
Because I don't care to shout out myself enough to do this Twitter shout every
on,
time.
Mark.
But we just,
I live on Twitter. That's
I
where
know
I
you
thrive.
do. So there you go.
That's
Yeah.
my world.
As long as you get more followers, Andrew. That's all I care
You can
about.
find me on Twitter at Frisch Wizard.
Yes!
How do you spell
changed it.
Frisch?
FRISCHWIZARD.
Can you split it up for Ben? It's a little easier.
Yeah.
Okay,
FRI
I'm just
Okay, so Foxtrot.
SCH. Yeah. Sierra.
All right, we've lost him. We
Jesus
lost him.
Christ.
All right, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you next time.
Bye.